9 o'clock. Can we get a roll call, please?
Mr. Bianco? Here. Mr. Vigilio?
Here.
Mr. Hudson?
Here.
Mr. Sweaty? Here. Mr. Simon?
Here.
Mr. Stoffel?
A quorum has been established. Will all please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Bianco, your statement.
The mission of Norwich School District 80 is inspiring educational excellence in a nurturing environment.
Great, thank you. We'll start off with public participation.
And then one person. Hold on, it's Sam.
Sam Palazzo.
Yes, sir.
You signed
I'd love to speak, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
I just want my back to anybody. So good evening, everybody. My name is Sam Palazzo. Some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm a lifelong resident of Norwich School District 80. I'm also a graduate of James Giles Class of 95. I want to make clear the following statement I'm about to make is one of concern and not one with any intent of disrespect in any way. To date, I have spoken personally to parents, teachers, community members, as well as personnel from neighboring school districts, and the one topic that is very apparent, that there are multiple concerns regarding District 80 currently and its future. This evening, the current District 80 board, a board of which up to 5 of its members could change in the upcoming consolidated election April 2nd, will be making a multi-year decision, specifically line items G and H for your reference. I feel with respect to the upcoming election and the potential of a new board elected by the people, there should be no multi-year contracts negotiated or agreed upon. This applies but is not limited to administrative, teacher, consultants, and vendors. No matter the results of the election, there will be mathematically change to the board. The new board should not be placed into situations that can be controlled by its current board, specifically multi-year contracts approved between now and the election date. I believe the new board deserves the opportunity to select and work with the stakeholders within the district who support the goals and vision of the elected board. The new board, once seated, can always extend contracts if it so desires and if it's warranted. In conclusion, I respectfully request multi-year decisions that can be made now and between the seating of a new board be delayed until after April's election. With a team concept and the community in mind, I believe this approach will provide the best chance for future success. I want to thank the board for the time letting me speak in this forum. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to recognize our visitors for coming out in a big number today. I'm really happy to see a really good number of residents here today. Going to correspondence, received a couple pieces of correspondence. Received 2, 4, 6, 7 FOIAs. And the presentation for student excellence. We already went through that in our previous committee. We'll go right to administrative reports. Dr. Mellon.
So tonight it's one of these situations where it's my congratulations, but at the same time it's my condolences. On the agenda tonight we have Mrs. Julie Groth, who's present here today. She has handed in her resignation because she's made the choice to stay at home, and I can see exactly why you have chosen to stay home. I just want to share with you that she has been a great asset to the team here at Lee. We are just so proud to have Julie, and like I said, my congratulations, but at the same time, my condolences, because we're really going to miss you. So if you don't mind, if we can give just a round of applause, that'd be great. So that's the first thing. The second thing I just wanted to share with you is we have started the preliminary process with our budget, and due to the band and the monies they've raised, the band parents, to save the band parents, we're going to be able to continue that program for next year. So on the agenda, we do not have any RIFs, and it's really because of two reasons. Number one, it's the money that was raised by the parents who did a phenomenal job to do so. And number two, and this is important, we were able to collect all the fees for the program. So for tonight's agenda, we have the first through 3-year dismissal of teachers in probationary status, and that's important because in the past we had the RIF. That being said, with the probationary status and the release of teachers, pending the schedule that's designed for next year, because I know that teachers had met with the principals of contractual agreement, I'm hopeful that we'll have the dismissal tonight, and then as quickly as possible, we're going to have to schedule a special meeting, so I just want to make sure we do that, a special meeting as quickly as possible to hire back the staff based on how we can place our staff and their certifications. So that was the second and the third thing that I just wanted to share with the board. So that's it.
Any questions for Dr. O'Malley? Thank you. We'll do board committees, board policy and development. We have our third reading of our board policy for our update of our board policies. And then buildings and grounds.
The only thing we have with buildings and grounds is we have a elevator lift that's not working properly, so we need to get it repaired, but I don't believe that we budgeted for that in the 2019 budget, so I don't know if we can ask the Norwood Park Township for some assistance, or is MSF willing to take a look at it?
So one of the things we found is that our elevator lift that's adjacent to the daycare that would actually provide handicap accessibility to the second floor of the daycare is not functioning. So we have a proposal for $25,000. It's really proprietary because we cannot find any other service besides buying a brand new one that would actually come out. So what I can do is I can approach both the NSF, I can approach the Norwood Township and see if they'd be willing to assist in some way, shape, or form so that we can get this rectified as quickly as possible. We did not budget for this item.
So, I mean, the lift not working at all, or?
It's not working at all.
And is that the only way to get to that access that second floor?
Yeah, for the daycare, yes.
So the estimate here is $25,691.67. Do we have to go out to bid because it's over $25,000?
Well, there's two things here. Number one, part of that is labor, so we could actually delineate that from the actual parts that are required there. And the second thing is, this is the only company that can provide the services for that lift. So the way we're looking at it is proprietary unless we go to another one that will provide a different lift that could be actually more expensive.
So here it says the labor is $2,245 and the material is roughly $23,500.
Right. We could approach the vendor and see if they'd be willing to work with us.
What is the recommendation from the Buildings and Grounds Committee?
Well, we feel we need to repair that. We need to get it operational. We can't have a lift that's not working, so it has to, in my opinion, get repaired. I don't know, is Patter within his budget for buildings and maintenance?
Last year he barely made it, so we just have to be very, very mindful. I think that he's going to have to take a look in his budget and see if there's areas he can either reduce or quite possibly push into the following year. But this is one of those ticket items that we were just not prepared to in any way, shape, or form to mitigate.
Could we use life safety funds to
We could use life safety if we choose to do that, yes.
How long has it not been working and when was it discovered?
The past year, however, the elevator inspector just recently came out and stated that we needed to rectify it as quickly as possible.
So what you're saying is that we don't have much of a choice now?
That's my understanding.
Do we have students and staff that need it? I mean, that need it?
Since I've been here, the only time it's been used is to really move furniture. So when we did our transition to the grade centers, that's the first time that I've actually seen it operated. Other than that, I've not been aware of anybody accessing the second floor.
Is there a different set of rules because that entrance and that lift is specifically used for the daycare? No public school students Or is it because of the aftercare program that's offered there, then it has to be included in the school?
I believe that the daycare is just treated, if not the same, equal to a school.
Okay.
So therefore, it's required.
I do have a question
ability-
as well.
I'm sorry?
I do have a question as well. Given the situation we're in where we know we're not getting a brand new building and everything is Band-Aids, has there been a price comparison if there's anybody in the community or in the neighborhood that they can help or comes forward, or if the money is found somewhere through donation, has a comparison been done between the repairing versus replace? Because where we're not looking at any new buildings anywhere in the near future, if it's a minimal difference, would we be, as it's been said in the past, throwing good money after bad?
What you see here is the cheapest option. So we presented the cheapest option. Otherwise, you have to go with a brand new lift.
But the question is there a warranty or some kind of guarantee with repairing it versus if you were to purchase something new for, I mean, I have no idea what a new one would cost, but that would come with a warranty so that we wouldn't be spending $25,000 to fix it this year and then potentially next year it breaking and having another issue with it.
You know, we can always go down that route, but you know, keep in mind that's not the only lift in this building. So you have two other lifts in addition to that lift that at some point in time we're going to need to address. And
Oh, I'm not saying not address it. I'm saying we should, going off of what Tim is suggesting and looking to see, you know, is it worth putting $25,000 in to fix one that there's no warranty or there's no guarantee that it's going to work in a year versus if it's, I mean, I have no idea how much a new one would be that would come with some type of maintenance program that would ensure that one of the three is going to work and be maintained for the next 2 years or 3 years.
we can do a cost-benefit analysis if you choose to go down that route prior to actually moving forward with this issue.
So what I'm understanding is that we would like to see what it would cost to replace it with something new, to see how much of a difference is there, and perhaps also to look at the other lists that we have in the district to see, are they functioning the right way and how long are they gonna last also?
Correct.
Is anyone opposed to that? Is that clear?
Yeah.
We do an analysis of.
We're going to have a cost-benefit analysis addressing new versus repairing the old. And not only on that particular lift, but all the lifts that are in this building.
Great, thank you. Any other questions for buildings and grounds?